Hi, I'm Nancy Benovich-Gilby, Vice President of Engineering for Asurion Mobile Applications, and today I'll be talking about AddressBook. Asurion Mobile Applications is a leading provider of white-label mobile backup services. We provide a preload or download to a wide range of handsets that allows us to have a unique user experience, which makes it very easy for end users with one button push to get all their content backed up on their phone. We combine the innovation of a startup with the experience of our parent company in order to supply our customers with a fantastic product. Our parent company, Asurion, is the world's largest provider of handset protection. So when you go into Verizon and you buy a new handset, perhaps it'll be the Android Droid, they will offer you handset insurance. That's our company, Asurion. We have over 90 million subscribers worldwide. Today I'm going to be talking about AddressBook. Before we get into AddressBook, I'd like to go through a few key points. It is a socially connected address book, but it's differentiated from the rest of the types of services that are out on the market today. We're initially launching it for Android-based phones October 27th, and it will be free on the Android market. First point of differentiation, it's super connected. We bring social content directly to you, directly tied into your contacts and into your workflow in the address book. We do that by presenting the information in a people-centric way. And we have infinite expandability because we have an open architecture that allows third-party developers to plug in their services directly into the address book. These are standalone third-party applications that are instrumented to plug into the address book. Our user experience focuses on separating the chatter from what really matters. We want to make it easy for the user to get to exactly the content they want from the person they want, specifically what they want, get a context, and immediately respond. This also allows the users to be interested in discovering new connections and new ways of enriching their relationships with people in their address book. Third point before we jump into the demo is that we allow users to plug in mini applications as listings into their address book, and we offer that as a choice to the user. The user can do it either by pressing Add Business Smart Contacts, which we'll go through in the demo, or we offer them services based upon local listings that we detect in their address book. We have several points of differentiation. Mix-ins, which allow social content and services to be plugged directly into the address book. Instant notifications that are highly tunable and customizable, both by the third-party developer for their own content and the end user. We have a centralized view. You can go right to the person that you care about, get a context, see all the history integrated together, and immediately respond right there in the address book. Our smart contacts provide quick access to services and information of the user's choice. And most importantly, we have an open framework that allows for the user to make their own choices and have infinite choice to select from, because the third-party developers can put in a lot more applications than one particular group, such as Asurion Mobile could do, and also they tend to know their end users in greater detail. Let's jump into the address book demonstration. At first glance of address book, it should look very familiar. Our ultimate goal is to take an existing address book in metaphor and leverage existing user behavior so the user has more power per click. Where address book is different is when you open up a contact. You see the normal connections that you have with a person in contact detail. However, you notice that you have additional connections over multiple social networks. You can easily get a view of all these by clicking along the bottom. We call these mix-ins. Mix-ins are essentially third-party applications, complete third-party applications that are instrumented to plug into the address book. With Facebook, I get the full news stream. I also have the ability to comment, to like, to view pictures, links, videos, and I can respond immediately right here from the address book without opening up another application. Likewise in Twitter, I can see a full tweet stream from a particular person and immediately respond. In YouTube, I can see videos that a friend of mine has uploaded or their favorites. In Amazon, I can see all those precious items in my favorite contacts wish lists. At this point, I can get a full context of my relationship with the person in the address book. But even more important is getting to that information when it's updated as quickly as possible. Let me give you an example. Through the Android notification bar, I get notifications from people that I've selected I'd like to notifications from. So in this case, I can select a new notification and I'll be taken right to that place in the address book, right to the information. So I quickly can get a context from other services and immediately respond. I'm in the know. These notifications are very easily customized by the end user. You go into the settings, mix-ins, settings for the particular mix-in, Facebook in this case, and I can see that I can set the status interval, and also we allow the users to group notifications or keep them by an individual. They can select who they'd like the notifications from and the particular content. We also provide this to our third-party developers with APIs from our SDK. Likewise, we allow third-party developers to integrate in with our matching technology so that if they have friends or contacts on their network, they can easily plug those in and match them, auto-match them to contacts in the address book. So on the left, you see items that are contacts in my address book. On the right are contacts from my social network. I can auto-match or I can manually match these two together by just selecting one on the left, one on the right, and it goes into the Match tab. Now my address book is working for me. We find a very high engagement model with this approach. Essentially, we get around 20 minutes a day of use through the address book on average across our early user base. This equates to 27 minutes on Facebook on the web on a desktop. So we find this quite interesting in the early market of our use. A second form of pluggability into the address book is something we call smart contacts. For example, I can select Add Business Contact, type in a name of a brand, perhaps it's McDonald's or Starbucks, and immediately I can get all those listings near to me. I can save that in my address book and have the ability to get that information right at my fingertips. After typing Starbucks, I now have it saved as a listing in my address book. When I select on Starbucks, it will open a map and give me those Starbucks that are closest to me at my current location. Now I could do this with Google Maps, but every time I open Google Maps I would have to type Starbucks again, or at least part of the name. And I want to get to this with just one click. This is a simple example of finding business listings and then saving them in your address book. When we launch Address Book, we'll also be providing additional services as smart contacts. For example, you'll be able to take local listings for restaurants and book a table. Or perhaps a brand that offers takeout, you'll be able to call in an order and or press one button and place the same order and pick up that order on the way home. This concludes our demo of Address Book. Thank you for watching, and we hope you give it a try.